Alright, there we go. Quick fix on the stream title there. Anyway, we're gonna be doing the same thing we were doing on Monday. We're just gonna be playing the same 75. No, hang on, we made one change, or I guess we haven't yet. But oh crap, do I not own a Grafdigger's cage? Shoot. How many ticks do I have? 8. That's probably enough for a Grafdigger's cage, right? I thought I owned a Grafdigger. I really never bought one. Grafdigger's cage is about 5 ticks. Alright, I guess I'll go buy one real quick before, while we're sitting here in the middle of the stream, but... Oh, hang on. Why can't I trade with this? What's wrong with ManaTrader Siller 3? I can trade with the other ones. Hey, fine. Should grab a Grafdigger's Cage real quick, and then we can start playing, because I want to try Grafdigger's Cage instead of the Containment Priest on the sideboard. Containment Priest has just not been super strong. It was kind of an advent of, I think the reason I ended up teching it back into the deck in the first place was specifically because of the resurgence of Dredge back around, like, right before Eternal Weekend, when Orem 67 was just, like, fucking murdering every challenge with Dredge. And Containment Priest was really good in that matchup, and, like, the ability to be tutorable and stuff, but Containment Priest has kind of lost a lot of its luster. A lot of the decks where you want your Graveyard Hate, you want it to be a lot faster, and we don't necessarily need it to be tutorable because we're already playing the main deck Remorseful Cleric. So we're going to add this in real quick, and then we should be good to go. I missed the 3 straight challenges of Dredge Miracles Finals. Oh, yeah. That was a mess. Anyhow. Nope, not Modern. Legacy. Now we can put in the Grafdigger's Cage, cut the Containment Priest. And now we got a deck. Alright, so this is the deck we're working with. Same thing we played Monday with the addition of the Grafdigger's Cage, cut the Containment Priest. And, I guess I can talk about it a little bit more after I get everything updated and going here. It's crazy that Priest is too slow. Yeah, it is kind of crazy, but, like, with Phoenix and Red-Black Reanimator and Storm being, like, some of the premier decks that you want your Graveyard Hate against, Grafdigger's Cage is, like, leaps and bounds better than Containment Priest. Yeah, all the decks, like, are playing Tormod's Crypt instead of Rest in Peace, regardless of the fact that Rest in Peace is, like, super good against the Graveyard decks. But you really want to be casting your Hate on turn 1. And also, Proactive Hate is really good, because a lot of the Graveyard decks are also Thoughtseize decks. The reason behind Tormod's Crypt. Wow, this hand is very not great. Vile starts are good, but it's not good enough to keep that bad of a hand. Ugh. I also kind of hate this hand. The potential for turn 3 Jailer if we can find another white source, like, maybe that's good enough on a Molda 6. What do our Molda 5 look like to be better? Just, like, Lance and Thalia? Even just, like, Lance and Stoneforge? On the play, maybe turn 3 Jailer's, like, just supposed to be good enough. If we're playing as a combo deck, we're just, like, completely dead. But if we're against, like, Miracles, or would have had the same conversation on my stream today. Yeah, for sure. Makes sense. I've been talking about it a little bit in terms of trying to fight the Phoenix deck that's been popping up more and more. And I think Death and Taxes is a little bit unfavored against that deck. So I think hedging your 2-mana hate for earlier hate is definitely very important. While getting a turn 1 Vial hand. Well, when your hand is like turn 1 Vial and then also Batterskull Jite and like 1 Flicker Wisp. Anyway, I really dislike this hand, but it might be a keep just because I hate going to 5. I'm going to keep because I hate going to 5. Ban the free mana artifacts. Yeah, I agree. Sideboarding is kind of a weird game against Phoenix. Ooh, the mirror? Fucking deal. Alright, we kept a good hand for the mirror. We just want to just slam this turn 3 Palace Jailer and hope my opponent doesn't have theirs. And we need to find a white source. I wonder if I'm supposed to say Ancient Tomb Go in hopes to rip the white source and just slam this on turn 3? Because if I play a Wasteland, then there's just no way I'm ever casting this. Playing up the Tomb exposes it to, like, Rishadan Port or Wasteland, though. Ban Lotus Petal, ban Chrome Mox, ban Mox Diamond. Easy. Ban all the things that produce more mana than they cost. I gave up my stream for you. You didn't have to. You could easily have kept streaming. I don't mind. Anyway, I think we need to settle in for like a little bit of a long game. It's likely the mirror here. So I also need to like actually like not dirt all around and just read chat like I usually do, especially for my round 1s, because the mirror like eats up a lot of your clock. Unless you get flattened. Stoneforge. Grabs Jite, sure. Oh man. I think I do want to wasteland this and play this Plains though. My opponent spends their next turn just setting up their Jite. We can just jailer the Stoneforge. We have Wisp to wisp the jailer, eat another thing. Them not having Vials is really good for me. If we put them Batterskull, we just get absolutely demolished here. I don't think that's worth playing around, though. Fuck. I don't know why I said it. Just untap, plow the jailer, kill me. If he doesn't have a removal, at least we can just block and then wisp the germ, though. Oh, thank God. No removal. Don't play anything. Don't develop any more creatures. Stop. Perfect. Yeah, port my Ancient Tomb, please. Please don't port my Plains. That would be very bad. Wow, what a dick move. Hmm. Today, Anurag decided to cancel judgment of Vial on 0 over a SoFi that was getting 1, probably 2 hits. That does seem a little bit loose. So it looks like we just have to plow this germ. I'm probably going to wasteland this Rishadan Port as well. Our our only goal here is to protect the monarchy as best as we can, since that's the only way we're going to win this game. Opponent has a Stoneforge under this thing, too. So if they steal it from me, then we're super dead. Oh no. Please don't play your own Palace Jailer. Oh, well, that's also pretty bad. It's the skull back. That's the goal of every monarchy? Fair. Never really thought about it like that. So we get to wisp this germ and develop Thalia, Cleric, or Mom. It's probably gotta be Mom, right? Because if we get our Mom online, that's pretty safe. If my opponent's found a removal, that could be bad for me, because they can kill my Wisp, and then take Monarchy back, and then get Stoneforge, and then we're super dead. But my opponent only has one card in hand here, and besides the GT. Oh, wait, hang on. My opponent can play and equip the GT to the Wisp, which I don't think we can stop at all. I guess we can play Cleric. That stops it for a turn. Unfortunately, we can't, because we can't develop Mother of Runes in that time. Otherwise, we'd be able to slow it down more. If we could somehow develop like Mom and Remorseful Cleric and deal with this germ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually could, right? Because we need to develop this Mom, but we also need to play Cleric to prevent GT from connecting. And the only way to do that is play Thalia, Cleric, Mother of Runes this turn, and save the Wisp. And if they go... If they have another land to play and equip the GT, and they equip it to the Wisp, we just block with Cleric, sack it. Actually, we have to block Cleric, sack whatever they equip the GT to, so I think that is the plan, actually. Get the Mom online, so hopefully Mom plus Flyer can stall the GT and just kill this Battle Skull. Alright, Stoneforge. If we come into this turn alive, we might be able to do something. Pretty punished for not playing the Ancient Tomb on turn 2. But I'm not sure that it's like necessarily correct. Obviously, we're punished in hindsight, but we could have also been punished by playing the Ancient Tomb. So, I don't really regret my decision in terms of, like, decision-making there. Just play a Wrath of God to protect the Monarchy in the mirror. Just play Settle the Wreckage. It's like Wrath of God, but, like, more blowouts, right? Yeah, this is fine. We didn't need the Thalia. Yeah. Okay, this is all fine. This prevents the GT. So now we Stoneforge plus Wisp the Germ here, probably. I don't think Wisping our Stoneforge does a lot. I think we just want to go grab our own GT and hope to keep dodging a little bit. Wait, why didn't opponent crunch with Wisp plus Germ? I don't know. Oh, opponent didn't see the line. They said yikes in chat here. Haven't played D&T since they printed that card. Okay, yeah, opponent just didn't see that interaction coming. Alright, so hopefully we continue to dodge, like, swords to plowshares. When it confirmed admits to being bad. I mean, yeah, definitely, like, it's a fair misplay. If you're not familiar with Remorseful Cleric. Definitely good utility on that. Stopping GTA for one turn is sometimes exactly what you need. So I don't know either card in my opponent's hand, and there's a Vial on 3 and 2 we're staring down, which is dangerous. I think our plan is to just hope to God this GTA can connect. Because if the GTA connects, we should be able to win. Quips, sure. Alright, so we're just priced into block with Wisp pro white. And then if they have a plow, whatever. They still don't get to connect this turn. What's up? Raj92? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Raj T? I don't know. This is a plow, this is fine, right? We have our own GTA getting to connect here. Do you remember the singing feeling in Blade vs. D&T when I realized Mom actually did shut off GTA? Raj is fine? Alright, cool. So, unless their last card is like Flicker Wisp, we should just be able to jam our GTA to deal with... Oh yeah, no. No cards in hand. We should be good now. The mono white Stoneblade Mirror, indeed. Just play on my mom here. Yeah, game's over. We did it! Whew, man. That, So I think the play there on the opponent's side is equip GTA to Wisp, play Mom, pass the turn. Because it forces me, so if I want to connect, I would need to proactively use my Mother of Runes, and then when I proactively use the Mother of Runes, then they can cast a Plow in response. And prevent me from connecting with GTA. Well, I guess I wouldn't be able to, they wouldn't be able to prevent it, but we would both trigger GTA. Actually, no, they would be able to prevent it, right? No, I'd give the creature Pro Wave first, and then they'd have to plow that, and then I could equip it to the other thing. Anyway, thanks for the follow, Raj. Appreciate it. Plays not punt with the initial swing. Everything after that didn't honestly. Wait, what was the punt with the initial swing? I mean, they attacked into the like they could have dealt me 3 more damage if they attacked the Wisp too, right? But not exactly a punt. If they equip to the Wisp, like the Cleric Shell's flying, and I just put the thing in front of the Wisp. Doesn't that play only? Oh wait, no, I'd have to chump block with the Mom in that case. Oh yeah. I forgot Monarchy was still there. Yeah, I would have had to block with the. Yeah, because then they get either GTA triggers or Monarchy, because I can't prevent both. Yeah. Anyway, cut Prelate, cut all the Thalias, and cut the Spirit Keeper. Easy swaps. Honorog had a hat. Cage is interesting. Yeah, it's the, I was playing Containment Priest in here, I was talking about it a little bit at the start of the stream. It's just that Containment Priest lost a lot of its luster. I started playing it again when, like, Dredge was a big thing back right before Eternal Weekend in, like, November. After Orim was just, like, murdering challenge after challenge with it. But recently, I think most of the graveyard decks demand turn 1 interaction and, like, proactive interaction, because they're all fast Thought Seeds decks. So you want to be able to, like, slam Cage on 1 against, like, Storm or Red-Black or Phoenix, versus Priest being, like, tutorable and having Flash and having a body. These are all upsides, but definitely I think the being able to play on turn 1 upside is the highest. Best friend yesterday, I don't have a second one. Disrespect. I'm definitely not playing a second one on the weekend, which is the only reason. After this weekend, I might start testing with the second Jailer to see how I like it. I remember someone who hated on Priest for... I like Priest in certain metas. There are certain metas that definitely call for me to want a Containment Priest in my deck. And there's some that don't. And I think the meta right now, I don't really like Containment Priest as much. Yeah, I like Containment Priest a lot more if you're hoping for that Hail Mary versus Elves, because you can tutor for it. And protect it with Mom and stuff. I want to see us be way ahead of Elves of the Monarchy, then they play Entourage of Trist. That would involve keeping in Palace Jailer versus Elves, which is not... Oh, I almost kept that hand, shit. Chat distracting me. This hand's bad, but... this hand got better. We have Vial into Port. Not an exceptional hand, but like a pretty good hand. Opponent's hand looks like it might be a little soft. I hate Priest. I like Priest well enough. Priest sits in that, like... that void of, like, the 17th sideboard card that I want. It's just, like, a lot of the time there are cards that I just, like, prefer over it. So we can just, like, port this... Ooh. Might wasteland this Caracas and play this other Vial now. Look at this game, you could wasteland him, then Vial out your Priest, GG. My concern here is that he's just gonna, like, wasteland my Rashadan Port and, like, revoke all the Vials, and I'm just gonna get wrecked. Didn't play around Containment Priest on the Aether Vial, didn't get punished. What if opponent Vials and Priest, though? Yeah. I think I'm just wastelanding their Wasteland so I don't expose my port to the Wasteland here, because I think I'd rather be, like, porting down to Plains, assuming they find another mana eventually. We're playing a game of Wastelands. My opponent has no lands to play, so their hand has to be filled with, like, a bunch of gas. Alright. Are we revoking these Vials? Because that does not seem like a good plan. Yeah, revoking Mother of Roots makes the most sense. Wasteland activate Vial on 2 see if he scoops. Man. Opponent with the fear, not revoking these Aether Vials. I feel like I just want to block this, right? I guess not. I don't really care about it that much, and we can always, like, Flicker Wisp it to turn on the Mother of Runes in response to, like, a Plow or something. think the annoyance is going to be if he wisps my... if they wisp my vial on 2. Luckily we drew the second vial, so it only stalled me like a turn. Yeah. Shocker. Path's interesting. Don't really think I need to path anything yet, so I'll just sit here. Our Recruiter for Revoker plan is stalled. Yeah. Well, it's stalled for a couple turns. I guess we can cast the Revoker. I'm going to start playing Serenity in this meta. What does this attack look like? Both things? Maybe I am supposed to just block this Revoker. Just like don't want to take a bunch of damage. This mom's not doing a lot. Man, if they have like another Wisp, it's going to be super obnoxious. They gotta like Relic Ward my other Vial, like a jerk. Oh, Stoneforge, that's fine. Stoneforge is notoriously bad when you have no mana sources in play. Oh wow, that's a pretty good. It's a pretty good mana source. I'm not gonna lie, opponent. At least we can port it, and they guarantee can't equip it next turn. We're just gonna like die to Flicker Wisp beatdowns at this rate. We can't afford to cast the Stoneforge because we need to port this Vial. Apparently CBL Whisper's Gatherer pages. Yeah, I think they do now. I think that's what card the beat down for 7. It's gonna hurt a lot. Can we draw a land? Kinda need to be able to cast this Path to Exile. Yeah, trades with a Flicker Wisp. Probably better than putting in the Stoneforge this turn. Problem is, 3 cards in hand, still 2 vials. There's a white source. So we're just going to try to eat this Flicker Wisp here. So Sea Priest would have been good this game. Yeah, shocker. Just in time. So we're taking 7 here. So we're at 3, which is not a good life total to be at. So I can't just Recruiter Ballista down the Wisp or anything. It's porting better than Path on the equipped target. Like, probably for stalling purposes, because I don't want to give them more mana. I may need a path in the, like, now-ish. Since I think that the time for stalling is a little bit over. But the fact that they, like, had a bunch of cards in hand and, like, just didn't violate anything meant that I felt like they had cards that they couldn't cast, like removal or, other equipment and stuff. Things that I didn't want to, like, give them, like, white mana for or any mana for. How am I navigating this turn? Probably, like, Violent Wisp. Just path when they attack, but yeah. Violent Wisp, Wisp. The Jite, block one, path another, Stoneforge, block Stoneforge, something like that. Yeah, I think I'm just passing. Passing and then not porting. I do have to be wary, though, if my opponent has another plow. That's pretty bad for me. Path Wisp, Vile Wisp on Plains, port the Tomb. What does that accomplish? Gives them 2 mana. I guess they have to choose to either equip or cast spells if they don't have another land drop. Alright, I feel like they have a bunch of removal in their hand, but I don't think we can beat any removal in their hand. So, I think we just need to Wisp the Jite and Stoneforge and Path and, like, hope that's good enough, and if they have any removal... Actually, if they have Plows, we don't die. If they have Path, we die. Yeah, we're at exactly 3, and this isn't a Plow. Violent Stoneforge, block the Stoneforge, Path a Wisp, die. Unfortunate. That was a really awkward game. I need to stop calling my opponent's shots for them, but that's kind of the joke of the channel at this point. Path yourself to exert dominance. I think we might win if we untap that turn. Just we have a bunch of recruiters in our hand, and just, like, completely grind the opponent out of the game, recruit Leon and Relic Ward or whatever his name is, eat their Jite and stuff. How's the third recruiter been shaping up? It's fine. I like it a lot. It just comes in versus a lot of decks. It's obviously hard to gauge how good it is because it's identical to the first and second in terms of, like, when you try it. But I enjoy it since a lot of your post-board games go long. Weirdly enough, that 2 damage that I took off the Revoker on turn 1 mattered quite a lot. Or on turn, like, 3 or whatever. Might have been able to win if we just blocked with the Mother of Runes on the first attack rather than the second. If only we had Marrow Shards. Get him. That was such a sick blowout. I would love to play first. Seems good enough, especially on the play. Winning the GTA race is pretty important. If you're on the play, you can leverage it pretty hard. Opponent mulls to 6. Yeah, Mother Runes is probably the worst thing for us there. Man, is playing this Vial better than playing a Stoneforge Mystic? It might be. Developing Vials is really good. I think we have to get to a Recruiter to connect through Mother of Runes anyway. Need me to tutor up a better match next round. I need you to tutor me up. Me not calling every shot that happens. Play Stoneforge, plan to get Ballista. Yeah, but I can like just do that in the future turns, right? Because we can just like go get the GTA right now. Maybe recruit right now too. Opponent has a Wasteland though, so they're probably gonna Wasteland me to keep me off Ballista for 2. But then they're also not. They don't have a Vial out, and they're Wastelanding me. Wow, that'd be busted. So I could just cast Recruiter here, Vial and Stoneforge. That's probably the best plan. Waste is waste. I think he's gonna have to waste my waste. Or they're gonna have to waste my waste. Waste your own waste. I like it. Yeah, I think we're just gonna grab Ballista. They like revoke Ballista. That would be kind of obnoxious. But we're getting 2 different equipment, so we can actually like attack through a Mother of Runes reasonably. Factory. Neat. Yep. See, they just ended up wasting my waste. To keep me off of casting Ballista for 2 next turn. I was supposed to play around Containment Priest back doing the Vial on 1 there first. Grab the Jite. What are they holding up every turn? They just like pass with 2 mana up twice in a row here. They might just be holding up like a removal spell. So drawing this Plains means that we can guarantee actually get this Jite into play and equip it next turn, so I'm fine just running out Ballista for 1 here. Just like a really clunky way to deal with the Mother of Runes. Can't attack into a 2/2 anyway. There's no point in pinging the mom yet. The Vial's a little bit late to the party. Yeah, looks like this is definitely going to be a removal spell on whatever I equip the Jite to. I guess that wasn't necessary, right? I could have actually just equipped the Jite to the Ballista and attacked, and then they're forced to use the removal on the Ballista, so that just makes them waste a removal spell. Oh well. We should be, like, reasonably far ahead here. Oof, that's a good one to draw. Let's get to flicker our Recruiter of the Guard now. So I think we're going to equip the Recruiter here because I want to Flicker Wisp it. So when they inevitably cast their removal spell. Get Palace Jailer. I'm not getting Palace Jailer. There's like no point getting Palace Jailer right here. Just gonna grab more Wisps. Might actually be more feasible to grab another Recruiter rather than another Wisp. What if we had Tithe Taker there? Oh man, yeah, we would have gotten him good. Gotten him good. What is this, RIP? Yeah, this game's probably pretty over here. Which card's the opponent talking about? The Ballista? No, I think they were talking about, like, when I tapped the Vial on 3 after they cast the Plow. Oh, yeah, yeah. This was a while ago. This one was when I tapped the Vial. They're probably just dead. I think I just want to go get another Recruiter here. Keep my options open. We can go get, like, a Wisp or, like, a Relic Warder or something. They're just so far behind. Also, we can just F6. They know my whole hand, so this Vial on 2 doesn't do anything. Got another removal spell. I wonder if I want to take these up to like 3 and 3. Probably not. Yeah, opponent just says GG's. Probably a bad keep. Their hand did seem a tiny bit soft, but like I don't know what all they kept. Hondo, thanks for the 3-month resub. Really enjoying the Mono White Maverick content. Keep it up. Appreciate it. I do my best to cover my favorite Legacy deck, Mono White Maverick. I'm gonna get the SCG to call it Mono White Maverick. Mono White Loamless Loam. God damn it. SCG would never call it Mono White Maverick, because, like, that would require them... It just doesn't make any sense, right? Because if they're trying to, like, do streamlined naming conventions to make it more sense, it's just like you're already calling it Maverick, which is a nonsensical deck name. Thanks for teaching me about combat tricks of the Morse Cleric. Okay, no problem. I'm glad you got to learn something about the match. Morse Cleric is really good at stopping exactly one GJ trigger. Superman Kicks, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. You got me a good game too there. That was a really awkward, the double wisp on my vials. Just, things edged out, like, just the wrong way for me. Has any deck become Maverick when it hasn't played enough? Oh man, this hand sucks. Put them mulliganed, but we will join them. Oh, this hand sucks a lot too. Mulligan to 5 opponent, make me feel better. I don't want to keep this hand. Well, I'm not keeping this hand, but I will feel better if my opponent also goes to 5. Hey, look at that. Alright, well, we'll keep this bad hand. If we're both on multi 5s, then there's a chance that, like, Wasteland Port can be good enough. I don't think there's a chance this is good enough. If it doesn't get played enough, the deck is called Goblins. Oof. Ouch. Kept Sophie, Mom, Plains Factory, Council Judgment, Relic Order. Yeah. On the draw, right? It's probably, like, okay, not super happy, and if your, like, draws don't line up well, you can definitely just get flattened. On the bottom is, I think we just want action. And there's, like, a decent chance that Swords Splasher is just stone nothing. Why is your monocolor deck mulliganing 2 lanterns? Oh, we drew planes. That's nice. We can just lead on that now. I don't know. It's got a, like the hand's got a lot of good cards for the mirror. Like Mom, Council Judgment, and Relic Order are also like all strong. Assured me goblins would be tier 1 after the death right ban. Of those same people that were like, it's the return of Rug Delver! Rug Delver's finally free! Deathrite Shaman got banned! And then it was free for all of like 3 weeks before people were like, wait, this deck is still unplayable. Thanks for the 1-bit, Aishinine. I don't know what my opponent's tanking about here. I hope we're not dead. Snow-Covered Swamp is like probably like I'm thinking Red-Black Reanimator, Storm, or like Turbo Depth or like Depth strategies. Not a lot else plays like just basic Swamp Go on a mulligan to 5. One day I want to register a deck of 60 islands and try to convince 5 people in leagues to concede to me. So I can get 60 islands published. Yeah, this is Turbo Depths. Well, we have a Caracas, and a Wasteland, and a Port, and a Wisp. But we just hope they just go for it here. It looks like they're just going for it. This is like crop rotation, make a guy. Oh man, yes. Yes! This is why I love this matchup. It's called collusion. I'm not offering them anything, I'm just gonna ask them if they'll concede and tell them my deck has 60 islands in it. Yes, I love it. My opponent's gonna concede to this Caracas. Man, I'm so glad we drew basic planes, so I didn't have to lead with this Caracas or like this Wasteland. Oh man. Man, life is good. GG opponent. Maybe they have, oh yeah, I know they did. Wow, playing on. Alright. Mad respect. Opponent thinks that they still have a chance. I'm just gonna get like Batter Skull. Just wail on him as fast as possible. Rogue Delver has no good matchups and only bad players get got by Stifle. Is this a Sylvan Scrying? Sure. You want to go get another Dark Depths? I still have a Crocus in play, opponent. Your plan's not going to work out that much better the second time around. I'm sorry. You know, we're just going to like Wasteland this Thespian stage anyway, because why not? Just stop it. Just give up, opponent. There we go. That was the tipping point, really? The Wasteland? Not the Caracas that was just remained in play? Anyway, Depths sideboarding. They pitched a Spirit Guide, right? Yeah, they're on Turbo Depths. So we gotta be ready for that. Maybe he has not of this world. Yeah, that was my brief thought when I played Caracas. I was like, there's a chance their last card is not of this world and we get got, but like, I'm not playing around that. But they're on like the super fast Turbo Depths version, so we can afford to cut out a lot more like the mid-rangey stuff. So what do I usually cut in this matchup? It's just like the Thalias are really clunky. they just, like, tax a lot of your important cards, like your removal. And, like, the opponent's deck has a bunch of mana and doesn't, like, cast a lot of... I mean, they do have mostly spells in their deck, but taxing isn't exactly the name of the game here. I think the other one is, like, Shave a Stoneforge. Spirit Keeper gets a lot worse, especially if they're on the non-grindy version. And then cut, like, Prelate, maybe? Yeah. I can also see just cutting more of the Stoneforge package, honestly. Just doing something like that. I don't even know. Prelate goes on 2, I guess. Stops. If they're on Turbo, we do need to be worried of Rites of Consumption. So we probably still want Prelate on 2 to stop, like, Decay / Trophy / Rites of Consumption. This looks okay. There's a chance Ballista's cuttable if they're not on, like, Bobs. It still does ping down Vampire Hex Mages, but obviously they can just have the Dark Depths first. This looks good enough, I think. We'll reassess if there's a game 3. Because obviously, the sideboard changes... The sideboard pattern is vary depending on how much random shit your opponent's Turbo Depths deck has. Like, I don't know how many piles of Dread of Knights they're playing and such. If they have Liliana, Last Hope, Bitter Blossom, yada yada. What up? You good?
Yeah, I was just looking for someone.
Okay. But did you consider not sideboarding for BM? I did accidentally do that once against Turbo Depths, and then I still won. Yeah, I feel like a lot of Turbo Depths' matches are very samey, but that's probably only because I play against a bunch of Death and Taxes, and by samey I just mean you get flattened a bunch. Yeah, if they're on, like, the OG Elvish Spirit Guide Turbo Depths, then it's probably just, like, Rites and Dread of Knights. It's probably not, like, a mid-rangey package. That's generally why they transitioned into Slow Depths / Medium Depths, whatever. This hand seems moderately unplayable. How many subs till we unlock the XG Girlfriend emote? I do have 2 emote slots still, but they're for, like, the tier 2 and tier 3 subs. But one day I should fill those in. Sand, I think, is just worth mulliganing. The way you lose this game is just, like, you have clunky openers and your opponent can, like, rush you. And we just have so many good cards to mulligan into, and if we miss our lane drops here, we're in a very bad spot. We have, like, several good cards for the matchup. Wisp, Judgment, Wasteland. Cleric's only really good when you have a Mom. But anyway, this hand's, I think, worse than something like this. This hand's actually also pretty soft, so fast combo. There's a chance based on my opponent's start we Ancient Tomb out our Revoker. But I think we keep this on 6 rather than going to 5. If we find, like, one piece of interaction, we get to, like, kill the Merit Lage and Surgical. Bottom that. Of course, if my opponent thought seizes me, then we're probably down the Revoker. Blind Needle. Name Wasteland. So I'm definitely going to just run out this Revoker so I don't die to Dark Depths Hexmage next turn. It doesn't get my Mother of Runes online, but I definitely don't want to die. Vampire Hexmage. Apparently everyone is trying to beat Miracles with Extirpate now. Blame Cyrus for that one, probably. Alright. Yeah. I mean, not dying is a good line to take, but the other line is run out the Mom and, like, just hope I don't get exactly turn 2'd by Depths Hexmage. Well, good thing we didn't run at the mom, but... And then the Mother of Runes acts as protection from the protection for the Revoker. Oh, well, now we have a way to kill a Merit Lage as well, so... If we can just get my opponent to make a Merit Lage, then we can Wisp it, kill it, and then Surgical. That's our current plan. Do you need something? These ones? Find that Dark Depths. Do it. Yes, this Wisp is a Council's Judgment for Merit Lage. Map. Second Needle. What was this one name? Rashadenport, maybe? Wasteland a second time? Yeah, that's fair. Fair names. Ooh, Recruiter. What am I recruiting here? So my fear is that they go just Dark Depths past the turn, right? And we can't beat that because our Wisp is sorcery speed. Do we have any ways to like recruit something to deal with that? Jailer doesn't do it. Cleric doesn't do it. I feel like the answer is no, honestly. Relic Order doesn't do it. Don't know how to recruit, grab more wisps. That's usually a pretty good plan. Maybe not so much in this case. I guess the play is just Jailer, and if they play Dark Depths, we probably lose unless we top deck a removal spell, right? We have, what, 5 mana next turn, so we can't Wisp the Dread of Night away into, like, playing something else. And if we had, like, 6 mana, we could get another Wisp, and then Wisp, like, the Dark... Wisping the land wouldn't even induce the combo. I guess I'm playing this regardless, so I should cast it at least. So I can actually just look at my own deck. Could be Relic Order, right? Relic Order almost gets me there. You recruit a Council's Judgment. That doesn't work either. We need to recruit like a Swords of Plowshares. Relic Order, if they don't have the combo exactly next turn, we can Relic Order the Dread of Night and set up Wisp to just like Wisp plus Mom to hopefully stop it. So maybe I think Relic Order is actually the choice here. Yeah, nothing else looks very good except for like Jailer looks okay. I think I'm in for the old warding of relics. Hope we don't just get Dark Depths here. But it seems like that's what my opponent's been setting up for. Yeah. Alright, well, not Dark Depths yet. We get to kill one of these Dread of Knights forever. For however much or little that's worth. I could also kill a Pithing Needle forever. And that makes it so that I could cast Wisp, Wisp the Pithing Needle. If I have a Wasteland in play, then they just make it in response, and then we don't have enough mana for second Wisp. We would need to draw a Wasteland and then also another white source to do that. So it's probably worth just murdering this Dread of Night. Finding, like, Council's Judgment or something. Now I'm sad I didn't grab a Palace Jailer. Would have been much nicer. To just have to just draw 2 cards every turn trying to find a plow. Getting rid of Dread means that there's some sort of, like, Flicker Wisp line or something. Or, like, Council Judgment. I guess Council Judgment of the Dread Knights, they only have, like, real line. Uh-oh. We need to draw an answer in exactly 2 turns. Maybe even less. Oh no, exactly like no turns. We're just dead. Because I always forget the Herborg Dark Depths. We have the 1 turn, sorry. Maybe they're bad and choose to block. You never know. Come on. Dang it, they know what the card does. I'm just gonna like Surgical for info and go to game 3 here. Just maybe name last. It literally doesn't matter. We're like actively dead on board. We are on an actual 0 outer. They can make a 20/20 and hit me for 20. Assuming that doesn't happen to us, then like maybe I name Liliana. I'm just gonna Surgical this Dark Depths and move to game 2 or move to game 3 here. Man, did opponent not realize they had Urborg? Give me an extra draw here. It's probably not going to matter. Yeah. He tricked you. Tricked me. Tricked me by misplaying. I got. The GJ doesn't do anything because we've taken a bunch of damage off Ancient Tomb. We can't, like, gain over 20. Yeah, I think my opponent just didn't realize that they had Arborg in play. They could tap the Dark Depths for mana there. What is happening? How about I regret just firing Wisp into the void because I think I'm dead? What on earth is this? Why is my opponent not just killing me? So about naming Last Hope. Now we have a Path to Exile! Jesus. I should have done this last turn, but I thought we've been dead for 2 turns. Does opponent know what Dark Depths does? I guess not! Alright, so we have lethal set up for next turn. Man, when my opponent plays Liliana the Last Hope, I guess it didn't matter because they were going to block a Revoker. They could have killed the Liliana one, if that was their plan. Please make it now. Just make the 20/20 right now. This is blowing my mind. This is absolutely blowing my mind. What on earth? Why did we wait until this turn to do this? Why? I've been dead for 2 turns. I just drew this path to exile opponent. Now I literally have lethal. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, I just get to kill this X-Mage. It's not lethal anymore, but... Wait, no, it is. We can just Flicker Wisp with X-Mage. Surgical? Oh, yeah, I didn't even... They're just dead. They can't take the counters off because the Revoker is naming Hexmage. So for the Dark Depth, it doesn't matter. I guess it does matter because they could have like Abrupt Decay kill me, but... Opponent not seeing the line is an out. I just don't understand why they didn't... Alright. Should not have won that game at all. Did not deserve to win that game in the slightest. But sometimes your opponent not seeing the line of, hey, my opponent's tapped out and I can make a 20-20. Almost regretted firing off that Flicker Wisp into the void because I just thought I was dead. Good thing I didn't lose that game. It would have ruined my perfect record against Turbo Depths. 4-0-8-0. God. Definitely more perplexing than on Monday when the Sneak and Show opponent cast a Wish with their Omniscience and like didn't kill me. The only answer is that this is collusion. What even was that game? I was so incredibly dead. What was my opponent's plan? Like, I thought they forgot about the the Urborg plus Dark Depths interaction, but then the next turn they just had like a million mana up and didn't go for it, and then we drew the path on the turn that my opponent decided, oh yeah, we can just make a 20-20. We have both Dark Depths and Thespian Stage in play. I got nothing. Never starts the Moto chat with his opponents and suddenly starts 5-0 bunch. I think the Moto chat was open there still, I think. It was open in the last game. I don't think I closed it yet. Do you think he didn't raid Revoker and thought you named Dark Depths? I thought... So the plan was cast the second Revoker and hope he made the activated stage in response, thinking that it was like a Pythic Needle. That's why I cast the second Revoker, but I just named Hexmage again. I don't know. I feel like we missed something even though it was probably him. We were literally tapped out and he had 2 mana and a Thespian Stage untapped. And a Dark Depths. There's no card that you're playing around there, right? From Death and Taxes? I'm not gonna submerge your Merit Lage. Yeah, I gotta go with like just like dead tired or just like very inexperienced with the deck or something. Because that's just... I have no idea. I'd love to play first. That sounds pretty good. Hopefully we're gonna just like Storm. And then we still probably fucking die. I would say hopefully we're against this combo deck that can kill me on, like, with the Nut Hand. But like this hand is good against a combo deck versus like less strong if we're playing against something like the mirror, for instance. This hand is actually insanely bad against the mirror. Hey, that makes it a little bit better at least. Plow your mom. Called shots again. It's the meme of this channel, really. I never stop calling shots. What's the worst deck I could be playing against with my opening hand? Death and Taxes, nice. The example I always use is when I kept like a kind of loose hand, but it was like Thalia triple Wasteland or something. And I was like, Wasteland's really good in like a lot of matchups. This is probably like fine. The Thalia can carry us. And then I was like, wait, what's the worst deck we could possibly be playing triple like registered triple Wasteland against? And my opponent was on Manaless Dredge. It's my favorite example of just like, God, I'm just either the best or the worst at these called shots. Ooh, Stoneforge is nice. Much better than, like, Thalia. Am I supposed to put a Prelate on one? Like, I don't love that plan, but, like, my opponent has more Plows, and they have Vials. They have 8 cards in their deck that they can't cast on a Prelate. I have 6 cards in my deck that I can't cast on a Prelate on one. I think I'm down for just... I could also, like, just Vial and Stoneforge play Jite. Means I'm set up to equip and connect next turn. Whereas they aren't, unless they have Ancient Tomb. If they have Ancient Tomb, we're just, like, get got pretty bad. What else do you put Prelate on? I'm thinking about just not playing the Prelate is the other line, right? Next level, put Prelate on 2. Oh man, how do they ever cast their Jite? Get them good. I don't hate just the Mystic plus Jite line, though. Especially just they're off of Vial. If they go land pass, though, we can leave this Vial on 2, so like Thalia can try to gum up the works. Prelate on 6. This is Mono Miracle. I think I like the more conservative play, honestly. I think we're more set up to win this game than they are, just because we have our Vial online. We can beat a Stoneforge. And if we draw a land, we can still just jam our Jite scot-free. Should have filed in the Ballista. Oh man. Okay, I got. I'm gonna leave this Vial on 2, just to have access to put in this Thalia in case there's some line where my opponent tries to connect with a Jite equipped creature. Having access to First Strike is definitely not irrelevant. Hopefully we just draw a land here, though. And just win the game. There are times. There's like one exclusive time. It's when you're playing against Dredge. So that's probably game. They didn't even put in the Jite. They've just decided they're dead, I guess. Or to get added Spirit Keeper value against Grixis. I mean, you just cast it for 0, right? You don't need an instant speed in that case. Alright, well, we know how to sideboard it in this matchup, because we just did it. 6 cards, cut Spirit Keeper, Prelate, and all the Thalias. These hands are loose. Sometimes you can like lose these mana wars, not the jellyfish, the war with your mana base here. But I think this hand is powerful enough that we want to keep this regardless. I'll donate 5 if you add chalices. Alright, if we go to game 3... Oh, no, that's bad, because I would like to punt this game away and then win the match. But it's too late for that. If we go to game 3, I'll board in chalices and Thalias. But anyway, keep this. "50 cards similar to Mana War? What? MTG bot, what are you doing?" Oh, did it just read man or something? Bot trolling the shit out of Hondo. You forgot the hyphens in Mana War, obviously. A revoke. Can you revoke my vial? It's not very nice. Probably just gonna end up pathing this revoker. The State the Vial's pretty important with our mana base. I feel like tap out to cast a thing, and then we just get our Caracas wastelanded. Ends up being pretty bad. I'll wait a little bit. Oof. That's scary. This is just like Jailer. Ballista. What's our plan here? Am I pathing this Ballista now? And just like casting spells? They probably ping me for 1 and then get a land. Probably just gotta be path this Ballista and start casting some spells. Path then Mom. I don't love momming into a Ballista. Ballista, yeah, like, wait, why am I pathing then Mom? If the Ballista's setting me back. I think you have to hit Revoker. I don't... Definitely don't love it. It forces them to use the Ballista. It forces them to use 1 counter on the Ballista. Oh yeah, path the Ballista and then put in Mom. That would be the greatest option, obviously. I would definitely love to do that. That's fair. That would be pretty cut and dry. If we top deck land. Yeah, that's kind of like a pretty... If we top deck land, we can also like flick risk the Revoker and like Violent Stoneforge or something. Anti-spam, try again later. Oh yeah, what? I don't know what the issue with that is. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm pathing this Ballista. This Ballista's scary. Everyone's spamming the Mad Soul command. Ping me twice. Do it. Do it, coward. Dang. Ooh. Alright, well, that works out. Plow for this Revoker now, we start filing stuff in. My opponent just has like an equipment to try to go all in with. Yeah, this is definitely a wasteland my white source moment. This is exactly why we wanted to get our Vial online. Maybe I wanted to actually wasteland this Ancient Tomb. Wow, that's a kind of a jerk move. Because it's not that bad. We have a bunch of ones. I think I want to put in this Remorseful Cleric, honestly. We're nowhere near getting GTA online. This file's going to tick back up to 2 eventually. I don't think I'm supposed to waste that in this Ancient Tomb. As scary as equipment is, as equipment are, we also need to find lands to get our equipment online with our Stoneforge Mystic and such. Can we? Yeah, can we cool with the Mat Soul command, everybody? I don't want to delete that command, but I will if I have to. And by me, I mean I will make a mod do it because I don't know how to delete that shit. Plow my cleric, rude. At least that means our opponent's not plowing our mom. Alright, so we really need to find a land here. This is just Batterskull. Probably need to revoke Batterskull, tick Val up, and Wisp it or something. Honestly. Well, they found their own Vial, but they're also Hellbent. Yep. Kinda want to find a land someday. There's no way my opponent plays into this Flicker Wisp, right? So I'm better off getting my 2 damage in by Wisping Sorcery Speed. Rather than, like, getting them with the, oh, they just attack with Wisp and Germ, we Violent Wisp, kill the Germ, pro-white the Wisp, and block the Wisp. Just, like, absolutely murder them. You should wasteland them. Get out of my chat, Checklist. Never say never. I think that this is the optimal line, is what I'm saying. Like, maybe my opponent is bad and, like, walks right into it, but I think the better line is for me to just start getting aggressive. Sucks the way to take this Vow up to 3, but, like, these 2s are not very useful until we hit lands anyway. JKnight93, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Is this PBDDR's role? Maybe? Yeah, judging by the games that we've seen today, anything's possible, really. Would love lands. Would also just be okay with 3-drops, I guess. There we go. I'm attacking with both here. I think I'm winning this race. Especially because we're just getting Stoneforge online. Really? They're just hoping to top deck Swords to Plowshares? Do you stream D&T often? Yeah, I stream D&T a ton. I do occasional other Legacy decks, but D&T is the deck that I will play a considerable amount more over everything else. Yeah, I don't know what the opponent's doing, but, like, I guess that's kind of just the theme of the day, right? is what the heck is my opponent doing? Wisp their batter skull, maybe? Yep. It's a little late for that one, though. We have our GT now. No real point to attacking here. I think we're just trying to win the equipment war now. What am I playing around here? Phyrexian Revoker's fine, right? Phyrexian Revoker could name my Stoneforge Mystic. XJ is good as long as you don't... as long as it doesn't require him to cast cantrips. Man, ain't that the fucking truth. So they could Phyrexian Revoker Mystic. If they revoke Mom, I don't really care. We have GTA and we win. If they put in Revoker and we put in our GTA, they name GTA, but then we still have Sword backup. But if they put it in and name Stoneforge, we just get to cast the GTA next turn, so I think I just let this resolve. Oh, it's just Stoneforge. Or, I guess it's not just Stoneforge, right? Stoneforge for GTA is probably pretty bad for me here. Oh no, we have Mom, we're fine. Sort of War and Peace. Well, I guess that beats Mother of Runes, but it's also not nearly as threatening as Umezawa's GTA, I don't think. Like, we take a little bit extra... Like, we just need to win the race is the issue. We're taking, what, 5... We're taking a lot, because we have a bunch of shit in our hand. It might actually kill us. 11 damage isn't threatening. It's like 10 damage, right? No, it's only 9? It's definitely threatening, but it's also definitely, like, more beatable. Just need to get all this garbage out of our hand. But the issue is that we can't, because we're so mana constrained. Do we have lethal? Not quite, right? This would be 9 damage on the backswing. If we put in a sword here and then equipped a wisp and attacked for a bunch. We like pro... Oh no, we can't even... It'd only be 7, because we can't get through a black and a white creature. So I think our plan is just GTA and hope to find something. Fortunately, we can't find a lot, right? Because we're taking probably 9 from this or something, and our GTA doesn't stop it very well. Finding like a Flicker Wisp would be gas. Yeah, like that. So I think I want to let my opponent attack first. It does kind of walk into another Wisp, not really. They can like Wisp... Oh, they can't even Wisp their own Wisp, because it's got a sword on it. I can just ping it and then flicker the sword off. Oh, and they drew a land. Nice. Which means they're super dead. Good game. You have no cards in hand? I don't even need to use the counter. I'm missing out on whatever merfolk discussion's happening over there in chat. We did it! Sorry, chat. We don't get to board in... we don't get to board in Chalice and Thalia for Game 3. But on the upside, we got to win the mirror. That sort of War and Peace was pretty scary. On the upside, I get to keep my $5. Fair. Following Mansell XJ Lower Boy on non-blue adventures. Yeah, who needs blue cards? Fuck blue cards. Blue cards are hard as hell to cast, and I probably should learn to cast them. I should probably like stream blue decks more and actually learn how to not be an idiot, just to help my my view of the other side of the format. But I also just like love playing D&T. This is just my jam. I just love playing this deck so much. I'm gonna stream Blade soon and lose with it. Yeah, casting... like, I think Phoenix is a really bad deck for me to like try to jump in the deep end with too, because I think Phoenix is like exceptionally complex, like even in terms of the cantrip decks. I think Brainstorm is also less hard when you're just playing like a generic proactive strategy, like rather than like a combo or combo-esque deck. As long as you just don't cast Brainstorm on your end step unless the situation demands it. Never is a strong ultimatum for Brainstorm casting on your end step, on like turn 1 or whatever, but definitely uncommon to say the least. The D&D Discord tells me why is the worst killer and we're constantly shafted. Yeah, don't ask Moxall how he feels about White's color identity. We're on the play. This hand's good enough. Turn 2 Thalia is always great. We've got some interaction for like fair games. In an unfair matchup, this hand's a little bit weak, but alright, looks like we're just jamming Thalia into Polluted Delta. I'm game. Please no days? Force? Brainstorm and response? That'd be great. That's fine, yeah. Let's see. I've been very good this year. Please print White Elemental Blast. God, that would be a card. Nice. White Lightning Bolt. You've never heard of Sunlance Hondo? Easily the best White Lightning Bolt. It's so close to being a Lightning Bolt. This is just Grixis control, it looks like. Could I guess it'd be Phoenix as well? I think regardless, I'm just gonna Wasteland this Underground Sea. Don't know why they just like fetched and then said go. Just they didn't have to remember to fetch before they drew next turn. Never think it's a ceremony of shitty hate bear, and sometimes they're accidentally good. It's a fair way to put it. Bounty Agent, Tithe Taker. I think I just want Sword here. Just don't know exactly what my opponent's doing. And like if they are on Phoenix, maybe Battle Skull's better, but if they're on Phoenix, they're already pretty far behind here. My guess is Grixis control, but that seems unusual for Grixis control to want to fetch, though. Hmm. Yeah, 3 of those were in the same set, though, Chylith. Conspiracy 2 gave us Recruiter, Sanctum Prelate, and Palace Jailer. Guess I'm just Rashad importing and beating down. Excuse me. Got juked into believing I was playing as Phoenix Day. Fetch Falk, Brainstorm, Concede to Wasteland. This Grixis control the whole time. Yeah, this might still be Grixis control. I don't freaking know. Alright, Storm. Hang on. Hold the phone. This is not what I was playing around. But we do just get to Revoker this Lionside Diamond. Double Badlands? In Storm? Does Tess play Badlands? And if they do they play 2 Badlands? Tess plays 2 Badlands? Alright. My first inclination would think Tess, but I definitely don't think the Phoenix deck wants to be casting LED. Let's port their island. For more reliable Pulverize. Oh, that tracks. I'd buy that. Austin and Artest is like anything these days. Ouch. We could just get, like, massacred pretty soon, though. Is something scary. Maybe just play out Spirit Keeper so we don't fucking die. Alright, well, we won, so that's cool. Unusual game there, but... Wait, does Cage do anything against Tess? Tess, like, very rarely goes for... Goes for Past in Flames. You look at, like, an actual Tess deck from 2019. None of these decks are tests. Just want, like, I guess I can just look up Bryant Cook. Test doesn't play. Yeah, Test doesn't really go for their Past in Flames. Here we go. Bryant Cook tournament finishes. Oh, no, this one isn't playing. Wait, what the? How old is this? Is this a reverse chronological order or something? Oh, yeah. Wait, no, this is 2018. Oh, I probably have to look up, like, his MTGO name to find his actual results, or his online results. Anyway, I think the play is usually board in, like, surgicals for the random trip-up effect, but don't board in stuff like Rip or Cage. And, like, questionably boarding Council's Judgment. Let's see what's bad first. Put in one Council's Judgment. Switch on his banks, people always knew he'd be on Reanimator. Now they just know he's always on Phoenix. This looks okay. I could also see Council Judgment is pretty weak because they're definitely not on Dread of Knights. You can only snipe like random mana rocks. I think I'm finding something like this though. Katana Priest also stops Phoenix. Indeed. And also, like, Phoenix isn't a May, so you can just wreck him with Katana Priest sometimes. Well, this hand is pretty horribly unplayable. We play her on Massacre. Would love to ship this hand away. Ugh. Put on Mulligan too. That's nice. But we're just gonna keep mulliganing these. It's gonna be hard to win on the play against Tess anyway, but we're just we just need at least one piece of hate and hope they don't get we don't get turn 2 or Thought Seized. Oof. Yeah, don't mind going to 4 here. Oh man, time to scratch Alice to the top. Alright, time to top deck Chalice. Wow. Just go, huh? Too bad we don't have anything. I think I would have kept that 5 personally. Well, wasn't it Stoneforge and Batterskull and nothing else? That seems pretty horribly unplayable. I think we lead with Tomb, in case we draw exactly Recruiter. Yep. Brick, 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 brick. If they brick, we still might just lose because if they brick, they have 2 dead draws, but we need to find a white mana and something, or find Chalice. Representing Warping Whale, yeah, that's the true tech. In the meantime, I should probably try to, like, fucking find... Oh, they found a land. We're probably dead. Just hopefully, like, the worst ad nauseum of this person's life. Wait. Oh, this is just gobos? Are we getting gobbed? It's a lot of gobos, indeed. Complete opposite of watching XJ play Miracles. I played Miracles once. We did 2-3 with it. It was not great. Yeah, it looks like Bryant Cook's current list has 2 bad lands, so this is probably what we're playing against. I'd love to play first. I'd also love to not keep these hands. Jesus! Deck. Alright. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Well, we're gonna turn off the rest of our entire hand. But we are going for it. Oh man, you get turn 2 recruiter? We are in it to win it. Yeah, what is Patrick, are you still in the chat? Boom. Just play the vials now. Fuck that shit. If I didn't scry the recruiter to the top, I might have played the vials. But the fact that we just have a play next turn. I'm playing Overwatch. Oh, we're playing against Tess, Patrick. Mold of 3, but a damn good mold of 3. So we grab just Thalia here, probably. We're immune to Massacre, and Thalia plus Chalice taxes a lot of stuff, and we can't cast Prelate. Otherwise, like, Prelate on 2 would obviously be insane. But I think we just need to grab Thalia. Lose to Hercules. Oh, we're gonna get Thalia in play. They could like land Echoing Truth, but then unless they can land Echoing Truth and then go off, we get the Thalia in play, which then they have to deal with without Massacre. And like if they just bounce the Chalice, we can replay it. Yeah, Pearl on 2 is usually GG against Tess. Especially because they started playing a pile of Echoing Truths to beat stuff like Chalice specifically. Burning Wish for Pulverize. Yep. Pulverize into the Thalia is never super strong, though. Well, I guess I don't have to take damage off this tomb now, because I can't port them. They don't have the second mountain for the Pulverize yet. I wonder if casting this is more important than porting here. Probably not, right? Or no, probably is more important. Actually, no. Casting this in the face of Pulverize is probably pretty weak. They can't cast it yet, or otherwise I think they would have like laid out their mountain. We don't want Chalice off the top. They have a Pulverize in their hand. We want like I don't even know what we want. Just a better clock. I think I want to be porting them though, so they can't try to go off like Pulverize and then go off. So now they have 2 mountains, but they're waiting for a better time to try to kill me. Not the best draw in the world. So I think they're trying to set up so where they can, like... They might even be able to, like, Echoing Truth, the Thalia, untap, Pulverize, kill me or something. But, like, that's life, right? Yeah, they definitely have a window. Like we didn't like this hand was like pretty weak. I was happy to slam turn 1 Chalice, but there's definitely a chance that we can die here. The chance I actually wanted to port them. Oh no, they have 4 mana. Never mind. We couldn't like port them to force them to cast Echoing Truth, and then we recast Thalia. So I guess we just pass. Cross our fingers. The works. This feels like it's definitely going to be Echoing Truth, Pulverize, kill you, though. Dope. The hope is that they were just, this is the best window for them to go for it, but they only have 3 cards left in hand after this Pulverize. They don't need that much to kill me. Float mana, float mana, float mana, Pulverize. Thinking about turn 1, cast both Vials and Chalice on 0 just because Tess is playing 0. 14 0 costing cards. Maybe. What did they do? I'm watching here. Infernal Tutor. Right Flame Infernal Tutor. Alright, so this is... They were at 12, so this could whiff, but Tess is usually a lot leaner. This is currently a whiff, right? Have they played a land for turn? No. I think if we don't top deck a land, we die here. Assuming they haven't. Oh no, they only hit fetches, so they can't fetch. They're at 1. Whew, dodged a bullet. We did it. I don't know if getting the. I guess getting the Vials out there might have impacted some of the plays because we had Toothless Crocus, so the Vials mean that we can protect Thalia better. Although no, the Vials are still really bad against against Pulverize, right? So, like, the Vials aren't that relevant. The Mom is slightly relevant, because the Mom can protect the Thalia. Like, being able to get that Mom in there. Someday I'd really love to know the math between Adnaz killing the opponent versus killing the Storm player. Fair. So I don't think they had played land for a turn, so I think their play was supposed to be something like just make 12 goblins that turn. Like, don't go to 1, play land, double fetch, Dark Writ, empty for like 12. But if we draw a land, we just kill them with the sword. And if they don't flip that low, they don't hit the Echoing Truth, so they can't just kill me. Yeah, definitely when they're at like 11 or 12, the Adnaz is a lot worse. Usually if they Adnaz you when they're at like 18 life, then it's like pretty free. You can afford to have a couple bad hits. But when you're at 11, we did get some pressure going there. Luckily. Man, we got another final boss in the same week. So stressful. Playing for 5-0 is always so scary. I hate playing for 5-0. Yeah, same. Like, obviously, it's like, oh no, first world problems. I went 4-0, and now it's stressful to play for the 5-0. But it is legitimately, like, as much as I love winning a bunch and trying to get the 5-0, but it is definitely legitimately stressful. Ask OP if they'd like to concede us. I don't know. I don't like doing that. I don't care about the prize that much, and I feel like it's kind of cheapens my trophy. Especially because I'm streaming for all these, so everyone knows, like, oh, you didn't really 5-0 with this list. You just, like, split when you 4-0'd. I'm not trying to fight for the leaderboard, so, like, I don't really care about the trophy race. It always feels like the 5-0 queue takes the longest. Just lets me stew in my own nerves here. Hopefully we just play against, like, Turbo Depths again. Turbo Depths or Red Prison or something. I was going to continue musing that thought, but I didn't want to, because then the rest of it goes in, like, the opposite direction, and then it turns into, like, another called shot scenario. I don't want to speak that into existence. Maybe we'll just play against the Death and Tags' mirror for the 3rd time today. There we go. This shot is definitely, like, a favored matchup, but a stressful 5-0. Or a stressful match to try to 5-0. Elves, shut the fuck up, Chyleth. Alright, this is a hand. This is a hand filled with magic cards that I will keep. Opponent mulligan to 6. Alright. Love it. Opponent mulligan to 5. Love it. What are opponents doing, though? They're scry. Alright. Well, we have a Remorseful Cleric. And a Caracas. Hopefully we draw a 1-drop. That's not exactly the one drop I wanted, because I can't cast it, but it's also good if their like only reanimator target is this Chancellor. I'm gonna lead with the planes here. We could draw Ballista, that'd be great. This is a handful of magic cards that I will keep. I like that quote. I dig it. I realistically should probably make that yeah, I was about to say I should probably make that command mod only. That seems like pretty abusable. Let's Grizzlebrand me. Who decided Chancellors were a good idea? We assuming this Grizzled. Anime dead, sure. We have a Crocus. Problem is that we have to deal with the next threat after that. But we have a Plow, but they have like a million Thought Seizes. Yeah, they're just gonna unmask me. I don't think firing in this Plow is worth it to deal with the Chancellor trigger, because next turn we're just going to play Crocus, bounce the Grizzlebrand anyway, and then the turn after that we'll have 3 mana, and at 3 mana we can just cast a 2-drop, so I think we just let this unmask resolve. I wonder if there's, like, running out the Crocus was right there regardless, like, because we can beat other things, because we have the Plow in hand, so, like, maybe running out the Crocus to incentivize them to go get, like, a Grave Titan is fine. But if they go get, like, Grave Titan and then, like, Thoughtseize me and then make the Grave Titan or something like that. I don't know. It's a weird, it's an awkward thing where you want to have your mana, you want to have access to your mana and you want to play each turn as efficiently as possible, but you also, like, Hiding Crocus does have a fair amount of value. We making a second thing? They just, like, make a Chancellor, that's beatable. Uh-oh. They make a, like, a Grave Titan that's not very beatable. Tidespout, that's probably not very beatable either. Yeah, not with them having 7 cards in hand. We need to draw one of our 3 other Plows to win now. Oh, maybe not even that. we just, like, never get a 2 mana, we never get rid of the Chancellor trigger. Oh, that's not a May opponent. You probably want to stop casting spells here. Don't really know what's happening here, but okay. This seems like a pretty inefficient use of resources. I'm not gonna lie. Unless they're planning on just, like, casting another Dark Rit and hard casting a Grave Titan. Some stupid shit like that. Yeah, they're about to fucking tendrils my ass. Wow, alright. Sire, what is this, 2017? So this is the board in everything except Cataclysm strat. Cutting all the equipment, all the stone forges, Spirit Keeper, and the moms. Something like that. They did to an Tabernacle. Yeah, they did not play around Tabernacle. Would have gotten them good. Legit seen people run one Tabernacle. I saw like a dumb Reddit post about it a long time ago. About some guy that was just like, Tabernacle is really good in the D&T sideboards, guys. And then like everyone in the comments was like, no, you're dumb. And then his response was just like, everyone's just mad because people can't afford a Tabernacle and they don't want to shell out 2K for like this really good sideboard card. And it's just like, no, this is not good. Don't do it. Three Chalice and 13 1-drops. Generally, you want to be picking your spot with Chalice in this matchup. Like, if the coast is clear and they don't have a creature in the graveyard, you Chalice on 1. Otherwise, Chalice on 0 is usually just try to stopgap your way into like your 2-mana stuff. I wonder if this hand's good enough. We have Caracas, Plow, Chalice on 0. A land drop means we have turn 3 Graveyard Hate. I hate mulliganing this hand. This hand has a lot of good tools. Would a 6 be better? Like, there are definitely 6s that are better that just have Rest in Peace, Cage, Surgical. This is like close to a good hand, and especially on the play, I think we might be able to win it. Not even sure if I want to Chalice on 0, honestly. There's a chance that we can Chalice on 1, but let's sneep this. I don't know if it's a sneep, it's scary, but I think it's definitely a keep. Because like there's a chance that there's not a high chance, but if they thought Seize Me, they're probably just taking the Chalice. And what are we doing on turn 2 if we Chalice on 0, right? I guess we're just leaving out Plow / Caracas. Hoping to top deck a land turn 3 so we can recruit Cleric. Landon says Chalice on 0 is not good against Reanimator. Yeah, I don't think it's good. I think it is a stopgap because Death and Taxes has so many really bad and clunky cards in it that you can afford to cut these bad cards to hopefully have these very fringe marginal cases like Chalice on 0, like bridging you to turn 2, like you don't get turn 1 by Lotus Petals all of a sudden, and then you get to turn 2 and you get to like Rest in Peace or whatever. And there are legitimate moments where you want to Chalice on 1, namely when your opponent doesn't have creatures in their graveyard. So I think, like, all in all, Chalice is worth the board in, but it's definitely not like, oh, I have Chalice, this is a snap keep. Like, Chalice is not an exceptionally strong card against Reanimator in a deck like Death and Taxes, but I think there are definitely benefits that way, just like random garbage from your sideboard, like having Mother of Runes in this matchup or whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm keeping this. The question is, what am I chalicing? I think I might just go Wasteland Vial Pass and see if I want to Chalice on 1. Chalice on 1 is really risky to just open mana because they can just Entomb 2-drop kill you. So if my opponent just went land go, I probably would not. There's a chance if my opponent also reveals a Chancellor that we just fire off the Chalice into that and resolve this Aether Vial. But generally, Reanimator players love to board out Chancellor in this matchup because it's not very strong. Opponent will to 6 and scry to the top. I think we just want to try to buy time till turn 3. I think I am playing this. We need turn 3 and a 3rd land drop. Or turn 4, but turn 4 is a lot harder to get to. So this one I think we are going to lead on Caracas here. Because we don't want to have to like deal with a Grizzlebrand in play. Because we want to next turn just cast Recruiter, go get Cleric. So here we're just playing Caracas and saying go, preventing like a, if my opponent makes a Grizzlebrand, we can bounce it. We have a Plow if it's like a Grave Titan. If we get Thoughtseize into Grave Titan, then like that's life. Don't fetch. Just just pass the turn. Love it. Love it. There's a chance we can Violent Cleric, untap, we can even Wisp the Recruiter and go get like Prelate and Prelate on 1. Shut off a bunch of things. Let's see how this turn goes first and foremost. Looting, sure. Alright, we did it! Looting into concession. Prelate on 2. Yeah, Prelate on 2 is fine. It's like, you get wrecked by exactly Massacre, maybe. And there's also a chance I just don't do any of that. Prelate on 2, yeah. It does leave our Plow castable and turns off most of their reanimation spells. But if they don't have any creatures in the graveyard, Prelate on 1 is just really good. But anyway, now this comes the hard game. This is how most of my Reanimator matchups have gone in my life. Is you just get roasted game 1 because it's Red Black Reanimator, and then game 2 you win like pretty easily because being on the play is way better than being on the draw. And then game 3 is really scary. You die a lot to their nut hands. You really, really, really want your fast hate. But yeah, we just ship this and cross our fingers for like Surgical Cage, Rest in Peace, 3 lands. Some other 7th card, I don't know. Alright, we gotta keep this. It has turn 3 Recruiter for Cleric again. We have Grafdigger's Cage. We have Caracas. We put on Mold to 6. This is a snap keep. Please don't turn 1 me. Please don't turn 1 me. Don't do it. Don't. Nope. Stop. Please. Don't draw land. Just don't do it. Just don't do it, opponent. That's a Chancellor. Alright. We can't really beat that right now. Don't reanimate it, please. Pass the turn. No, stop. What are you doing? Oof. Alright, well, we got 4 turns. So we play this Violent turn 2, we're at 15. They have a Needle? Yeah, I guess they have a Needle. Didn't even notice that one. This is bad. We just need to draw removal, I think, is our only real plan. I think actually if we hit our land drops, Jailer might be fast enough. We're at 1 land, we go to 15, 2 lands, we go to 10, 3 lands, we go to 5. Now we're 1 off. Unless we draw Ancient Tomb. So yeah, we just land go. I've seen Needle before. It's like not the most surprising thing in the world. It's good against Tormod's Crypt, which is gaining a little bit of popularity. Good against Caracas. Good against Remorseful Cleric that they've seen both games. I think we just need to play this Vile to hope to do something. There's a chance we could stall for like a turn with like a Recruiter for Remorseful Cleric to like block this or something. Should we crack the Chancellor trigger? No, we can't. Like, there's no Chancellor trigger. Otherwise, I would have. This Chancellor wasn't in their opening hand. There's no revealed cards. They drew it off of the Faithless Looting. So we're at 10. Unmask. Oh, God, that's annoying. We might be dead now. We might be, like, top decking now. They just, like, snatch this Recruiter. We do have, like, 6, 7... We have a lot of draws to get out of this. Take the Jailer. Interesting. Guess that's probably a fair line. So it's just, like, also Therapy is the last card. Oh, Needle. Needle of Vile. Oh, that's also bad. This is all bad. Please draw removal. Please draw Swords of Plowshares, Path to Exile, Council's Judgment. Please, please, please. That's not any of those. Verve for Cleric is 1 turn too slow anyway. It would stall a turn, right? Because we go to 5 here, and then we'll hit land 4 next turn to play the Recruiter, recruit Cleric, and Cleric's like blocks for a turn. No point in playing Thalia. Thalia actually turns off Council's Judgment as a draw, so I think we're just playing Cage. I think we're just like dead unless we top deck something next turn. This is looking like where the 5-0 dies. We got, what, 6 draws? We have 5 draws that buy us a turn. 6 draws that basically win us the game. No, we have 8 draws that win us the game. Well, that buys us a turn. We put in Thalia here, but Thalia doesn't do anything. It, like, we could, like, flicker the Aether Vial and Vial in this Thalia, but Thalia is actively bad here. We're also Lotus Pedaling our Caracas to stay alive here, so we're actually turning off the Council's Judgments as outs. I mean, we have to do it. There's nothing really else we can flicker. I guess since we're already turned off Council's Judgment as outs, maybe playing the Thalia is correct there anyway, just so we can rip the kill spell and then just clock them better. Yeah, that's the realization I just had. I don't think it probably matters, considering we have Cage in play. But that doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, sure. That resolves. It's like kind of funny though. Is this how this card works? Is it just does it just sit here? I'm confused, but okay. God. All right. Oh God, please! One-time dealer, 6 out of 49. Wait, it stays there? Yeah, I think it does stay there. Like, it's my opponent's card, for sure, but I think it does stay here. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe this is a bug. I don't... Do you see all the text on Animate Dead? Like, this is just impossible to read. That's a feature. It's gotta have be like illegal target and it just dies or something. Oh God, please. Please, one-time dealer. Dealer one time. Well, this is where the run ends, unfortunately. Yeah, but the trigger changes, right? The trigger says, when animated enters the battlefield, if it's on the battlefield, it loses enchant creature card in a graveyard and gains enchant creature card put onto the battlefield. But then that trigger doesn't resolve because the enchant... I don't know. The cage sleeves will pop into play. I don't fucking know. Man. We're so close. Dang Pithing Needle. The second Pithing Needle actually got me pretty good. We could have bought more turns here. Bought like 2 turns here. Wisp the Chancellor. Pithing Needle's good, man. This isn't exactly the convincing argument for Pithing Needle that I needed in my life. I think my opponent's just kind of like playing an old Reanimator deck list. They still had Sire, which is like super ancient tech. Well, that's where the run ends. That's life. Sometimes Reanimator gets you with like the turn 1. Still for 1. Good day. Oh, yeah, that was right. 65, 37 wins, 28 losses. Lost game 1, as usual. Won game 2, lost games 1 and 3. Yeah, my pre-board win rate against Black Red Reanimator is 28%, and my post-board win rate is 75%. The matchup is like a little bit nonsensical. Game 3 is like the only game that like matters a lot. Game 1, they almost always win. Game 2, you almost always win. And then Game 3, there's like a game of Magic, and hopefully you don't get like nut drawn. But that's life, especially with a deck like Red-Black. Notably, if we want to go deep on results-oriented thinking, this Grafdigger's Cage, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because they would have just taken the cage instead. Wait, do we have 3 mana by then? Double check. Animated should be destroyed by state-based effects. But Moto. Maybe I should submit a bug report. But anyway, if that cage was a Containment Priest, I think we can win, depending on like when they cast the Unmask. I forget if they cast the Unmask when we were on 2 or 3 mana. I think it might have been when we were on 3 mana. And if it was, you could flash in Priest, pay for the Chancellor trigger. If the cage was Maccabi win. I mean, yeah, but I'm just wondering specifically the Containment Priest. Because then we draw Flicker Wisp, and we have 4 lands, so we can Flicker Wisp the Chancellor, and then the Chancellor gets exiled forever because of the Containment Priest. Unmask was on 3. Yeah, so if the Unmask was on 3, we get to flash in Containment Priest under the Unmask, and then top deck the Flicker Wisp. But obviously that's all, like, super results-oriented thinking, and that's not a good way to go about that at all. But anyway, still had a good day. 4-1, like, had a very close 5th round. I'm liking this deck list a lot. I think this is about the 75 that I'm going to be playing this weekend. Everything has been working out pretty well. Priest confirmed better than Cage. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what I was getting at. Played Cage once, was strictly worse than Containment Priest. Actively lost the game because of it. Lost game and 5-0 because Cage was not a Containment Priest. Tilt and put Containment Priest back on the board. But anyway, been like this deck 9-1 over 2 leagues, which means I'm going to 0-3 the paper tournament because that's how it goes. Who is streaming? Wow, 7 legacy streamers? That's a lot. Channel Fireball streaming. Oh, Yanni's streaming. Let's go host Yanni. He's a nice fellow. Playing some Steel Stompy right now, looks like. He hosts me a lot of the times when he goes offline before I do. Let's look him up. How are you feeling about the tomb after so many games now? It's fine. I like it. I like it well enough. I think if I'm playing 24 lands, I'd probably just be playing a tomb. If I'm on 23 lands, I don't think it's worth it, because I really like the amount of white sources in this deck. I don't love the Ancient Tomb and the Mishra's Factory. I just really like having a more consistent mana base. If you're on 24, I would definitely be playing a Tomb. The question is, do you want to be on 23 or 24? And I think the flex slots have freed up enough for me that I don't mind it. There's a chance if I like 2 Jailer enough. Although if you're on 2 Jailer, you probably want to be on 24 more. But like, I've been more and more off of playing Mirror Crusader, so I ended up just like cutting it completely. We're playing the Spirit Keeper for did I say Spirit Keeper? I said Crusader, right? I was off the Crusader. So it frees me up the Spirit Keeper. 23 is still fine. I think 23 is also a relic of a different era of Death and Taxes when there were just less. Your curve was not going nearly as high up post board. Triple D, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. But like in a lot of your post board games, you're boarding in like Cataclysm, Judgment, like a second Jailer, third Recruiter, whatever, and just being able to consistently hit those land drops to curve out better, I think is more or less the philosophy behind the 24th land. And I think I don't necessarily disagree. It does cut down on the number of actual cards you get to play, obviously. Like, I'm missing a random flex slot that I'd probably be playing, a second Jailer or a Mirror Crusader by playing this 24th land. The Cleric's been very impressive. I like the Cleric a lot. Like, just trading with Delvers, like, being able to fog a GT trigger, tutorable Flyer to, like, combo with Mom to block Mirror Age, tutorable Graveyard Hate in the main deck. People play with less than 23 lands in Goblin. Yeah, that seems nuts. Goblins is like the most mana-hungry deck in Legacy. But anyway, I'm pretty impressed by everything's been performing well. I like all the random one-ofs. Like, they're all... Except Spirit Keeper is, like, very, very weak online. And I don't recommend playing it right now online, because there's just been, like, not a lot of Grixis control. And I'll probably be cutting it after this paper tournament, but I've just been testing the exact list that I would be registering in paper just to get more accurate testing. I'd probably, like, I think next week I'm going to try a second Jailer to see how I feel about that, as much as I hate the card. Second Jailer does make your Monarchy more stable against the control decks, And I'm kind of off of Crusader for the time being. It's just like gotten weaker and weaker as time goes on. I could play Brailing. I wouldn't mind a Brailing. But we'll be messing around. I'll be doing tweaks since I gotta start preparing for GP Niagara Falls in 2 months, right? 2 months from today. I think it is on 420. What tournament are you going to? There's a local team tournament that's happening that I'm going to with some buddies of mine. So I wanted to get more prepped. I guess there's also there's a Legacy 5K locally in March, so I guess there are a couple tournaments that I got prepped for. There's that this weekend, and then in a month there's the Legacy 5K, and then a month after that there's GP Niagara Falls. But yeah, Jailer 2 seems like pretty decent. Niagara Falls didn't even come visit. Are you coming to the GP, Chyleth? Come to the GP. It's Legacy. What could go wrong? But anyway, back to hosting someone. I kind of got sidetracked here. Yeah, let's go host Annie here. Sorry about that. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching today. Hope you had a good time. Even though we almost got that 5-0. That good 5-0. Anyway, if you want to support the channel some more, I can't, too far away. Didn't you just say it's near you? My question is, when is Jailer bad? Jailer's bad against, like, aggro, True Nemesis, like, go wide decks, combo, couple things. But other than that, like, it's decent. Also, Faust, thanks for this, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Going to Syracuse the weekend after next one. Oh yeah, I've seen some people posting on Twitter about like brushing up on Legacy for Syracuse. It's in the same country. Yeah, just come to Niagara Falls. You can make time. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You can't pass up your one chance to play paper Legacy per year in the most inconvenient times possible. Just stick it on Easter weekend, you know. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, follow, subscribe, donate, yada yada. I've been lingering too long, so I'm just gonna do one of the short ones. Subscribe, donate, follow, whatever. YouTube channel link down below. Twitter link down below. And I'll catch you guys all on Friday. See y'all around.